Hello and welcome to another beautiful day. You know, one of the things that we don't fail to do is the fact that we start every day on a high gear, high gear of joy, because we try as much as possible to transmit it, to pass it across. Because as it is, if you don't make yourself happy, so many things in this country will wear you down. So let's bring you to speed with the headlines for today. Expect something good, okay? My name is Ramsey Enoch, and we are reaching you live and direct from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria. This is Outnumbered with Ramsey, Sadatu, and Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Mr. Ramsey.
So why did you decide to put on red today?
Because I'm outnumbered and I have to be on danger mode.
Danger? No, red is love. Red is love. It's a symbol of love.
Mode.
No,
I'm ready for you guys today.
Anything that we have.
Michael.
Anything you remember what we're
You're
saying?
also putting on a red tie.
No, you didn't even know why I was saying what I was saying.
Oh, I just get to understand now.
Okay, it's good to have you guys right here. Despite the fuel scarcity, you made our time to be here because Nigerians deserve to know what's going on. Let's take you to the headlines for the day, beginning from the Punch newspaper, and I'm going to make it punchy from the headlines. The first one says, Dangote refinery reduces crude import from the United States. According to reports and details read on page 19, government plans fresh 100 billion naira investment. Details read on page 19, federal government hikes passport fee to 50,000 naira and 100,000 naira. I was wondering what that could be.
And the influx of people.
Influx of people.
Immigration
if
office.
you get to the passport office, it will amaze you the number of people who are pushing to get their international passport on a daily basis. But then we were told the price was going to be reduced. No, not reduction in price, but getting it on time. That's what the Minister of Interior promised Nigerians when he came up on you apply online, get to the office, you get it seamlessly. All right, let's get to the big story, which is going to be the last. It says a PDP chair, Oweleke tackle Clark as anti-Fubara plot thickens. Two riders to that story, pro-Fubara Wike assemblies hold parallel sessions, rumble in NWC over Rivers governor. Then this one said, I won't quit PDP, says Wike as Ikimi heads disciplinary panel on ex-governors anti-party cases. Well, Wike's anti-party case is not something we can talk about now. Some persons actually pointed it out when he was still the governor of Rivers State. Now that he is working with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as the Minister of FCT, I don't know if he is in APC or PDP, but as a matter of fact, the President promised us while assuming office that he was going to make his government an all-inclusive one, bringing technocrats, bringing professionals, and bringing people across board from different parties.
When you scrutinize the ministers he selected or appointed, are they technocrats?
I don't know. I'm just saying what he said. All right, that's going to be the size of the headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning. Which paper do we have, Michael?
Daily Trust.
Daily Trust.
Let's move straight to the Daily Trust today. News on page 19 of the Daily Trust. The federal government targets $100 billion investment, 2 million jobs from creative industry. Away from that, new Northern group to meet leaders over region problems. And then abducted Sokoto district head dies in captivity. Details on page 24. The big story has an interesting one. Airstrikes killed 5 Boko Haram commanders in Borno. That is coming from Nigerian Air Force. And I asked the question behind the camera, how did they know these were the leaders of Boko Haram?
I think I don't know, but then it's like they have. This is not the first time we're hearing
information.
That they kill leaders of Boko Haram. We've heard that one of their leaders was being killed sometimes back. Then after a while, Shakal did a video that he's still alive. Right. Then later on, we heard that he's been killed finally, and since then we've not heard anything much. But several leaders, we've heard of several leaders of Boko Haram being killed. But then, if it's possible, they should be captured, interrogated, and probably look for a way of maybe curbing this terrorism, as a matter of
The
fact.
Nigerian Air Force, 2 riders, terrorists slay many miners in Niger. 3 soldiers, 15 bandits die in Plateau raid. Regrettably, may the gentle souls rest in peace. Details on page 4. To where to pick a copy of the Daily Trust today. That's the size of the news on Daily Trust. Over to you, Sidatu.
All right, thank you, Micah. Let's get to the business and look at the Nation newspaper today. And the first headline says, scheme to eliminate trade battlefield roll out. I take that again. Scheme to eliminate trade bottlenecks rolls out. And then the next headline says, 220 illegal refineries found in 1 week. 220 illegal refineries found in 1 week. And then the last headline that I will take from the Nation newspaper says, passport fee rise to 100,000, 50,000. That's the size we have on the Nation newspaper. For further reading, do well to grab a copy.
Thank you
Over to
very
Mr.
much.
Ramsey.
Thank you. That's so sharp. You're really proving it, right? All right, let's get to the next paper, which is the Daily Times. From the Daily Times newspaper this morning, we have some very, very striking headlines. I'm going to be taking a few out of it. Just try pick a copy thereafter so you can peruse through it. All right, this one said Nigeria needs new mapping to address insecurity. This is coming from surveyors, and this one says Pengassin vows to end scourge of crude oil theft. She said it was about a number of refineries we actually discovered in a few weeks, in just a week, a whole lot. If we can have this, why not just invest into this thing so we can have fuel everywhere? That's just what I feel. Then this one says alleged terrorism financing. Don't silence NLC. Sislak tells the police. All right, don't silence NLC. You know what that means. Yesterday they said if they venture anything, if they do anything to Ajero, they will embark on a nationwide strike. There was a meeting held yesterday, and the aftermath of the reason is a resolution that they will embark on an indefinite strike if anything happens to Ajero, because it is an attempt to silence the NLC, which is a very big body in Nigeria.
They actually said we clamp down on the economy.
On the economy.
You can imagine.
Remember what happened during
And
the
also under the
protest.
shutdown of national grid.
Greed, that's something else. That's what it did.
Please,
Please, we
who
need
should
that
help
light
us?
too.
Nigerians, we need it.
We need
It's
that light.
epileptic, but
Okay.
at least, at all.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
not
bad
bad.
pass. Okay, it's epileptic though, but then let it just be coming once in a while. All right, finally from the Daily Times newspaper, the big story says that Tinubu family has mortgaged future of Nigerians. Atiku is the one saying that, says Nigeria rapidly transforming into a government of Tinubu by Tinubu and for Tinubu. That's the new definition of
Tinocracy.
Democracy. That's like tinocracy. actually.
Tinocracy. All right, that's it. That's coming from Atiku. Wait, there are 2 very striking headlines that I need to take. Again, Chinese firm sees set to sell Nigerians UK properties. Over $70 million dollars award. You remember the jets that were seized. Apart from that, properties still to be confiscated, sold.
Wow.
Then finally, no place for non-computer literates in civil service. Gang, 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 gang. Well, I don't know what that means, but then this is coming from Wilson Jack. If you're not literate, if you're not computer literate, it will amaze you. Maybe we'll talk about this later. There was a time I was working with a digital firm, and we were asked to train all the teachers in a particular state. It will amaze you to know that some cannot even operate their handheld phone.
Yeah, they can.
The only thing they do
rely on
receive
some
calls.
members to
I'm
do
telling
that
you,
for
secondary
them.
school teachers.
Yeah.
I wasn't told. I trained them on
Not
digital
even secondary
skills,
school, even
and that was so
civil
amazing.
servants,
All right, let's see how this is going to unfold, and this is going to be the size of the newspaper review for this morning. Let's go on a quick break. After the break, we'll return back and we will talk about the big story. And the big story is what we just started. We'll continue from where we start after the break.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. It is still outnumbered live on your screen on this beautiful day, reaching you live and direct from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria. And of course, we dish it from here to the world. We are the pace setters. We set the pace for others to follow. And as a matter of fact, let's get to talk about the fact that a lot of people are not computer literate. And we are in the 21st century where everything that you have to do will be connected to the computer in a way. All right, even the phones we use, everything is being digitalized right now. I think getting money, everything, almost everything. But then there are still some people in the civil service. When we talk about the civil service, for those watching from outside Nigeria who are not Nigerians, civil service is the working arm of the government. All right. We call them civil servants. If you are in the civil service, in the government work, the government parastatals, the agencies and all of that, working for the government, you are a civil servant. But then it's so amazing that some of them are still not computer literate. Some of them, if you put them in front of the computer, they can't even boot it. That's it. They don't know where the power is. But then they are working in the civil service.
Systems in the office that they don't even use, they don't operate.
They
rely on corp members to do that. And sometimes that in the office or in particular office, you just see one person that has computer knowledge, and all of the workload just happens to be on that person. So I think this development is a welcome one, and it's going to make the civil servant to be more effective in their work.
But then at their age, because if you're talking about civil
it's going
servants
to take them
now,
time. It's going to take them time, but at least let them put them through the process and see how it's unfold.
But why now?
Maybe they just get to
You wonder if civil service is being on analog mode because, for instance, you go to offices. There was a time I went to the Civil Service Commission, and then you just see people, files are packed, people with lackadaisical attitude. You wonder, how did they get employed? What was the prerequisite before they got interviewed? And you find people who can't even communicate with you in spoken English, and they are in the civil service.
That one is obvious.
Just like what we saw, that Nigeria has been destined. It's now Tinubu, country for Tinubu. That civil service, they made it a family affair. You go there, you don't see people who have expertise in offices. But when Ms. Wilson Jack, the new head of the civil service, stated that in line with the federal government transformation agenda, they don't want to see civil servants who do not have computer knowledge, the basic computer knowledge, trying to meet with global standards of digitization, which is right now, which is how the world is a global village. Imagine if Nigeria's civil service, where you come and find passivity and redundancy, you see people who don't even know what they're doing, but are there receiving salaries. Of course, they have to learn basic computer. I think what we'll do is to go and lecture them. They should contact us.
It's cool. I think this is going to put money on some people's pockets if they really want to do it. But then, you know how these things happen. Someone may come and say, I want to do it. Then one thing is the readiness to learn. Okay. Some of them already seen this, some of them will start hissing. Is it at this level you want to come and start subjecting me at this my age? You know, they have this, there is this kind of entitlement mentality.
If they put it a compulsory act, I think they will follow.
What about the senior staff? Don't be surprised that there are some directors
that
in the civil service that
I
don't
can
know.
testify to that.
Okay.
I can really testify to that. There are systems in their office. We have to be the one, as COP member, we have to be the one typing, doing some kind of correction, and they have to bring files from the other office. You see, in a very big office, one department, it's just one person that's computer literate.
Okay.
Just one person.
Okay, well, that's one of those things. There is this thing I want us to talk about.
Okay.
This headline actually caught my fancy. It's also a big story. The Tinubu thing, you know, that phrase actually caught my fancy. Government of Tinubu by Tinubu and for Tinubu. How does it really sound? And this is Atiku making this statement here. Tinubu family has mortgaged future of Nigerians. There was a time people were saying the son of Tinubu was the director. She was a director of a company that was awarded a particular road contract and all of that. How does this really sound? What do you make of this? Is Atiku getting overboard? Is it talking too much?
I mean, personal perspective. Personally, I'll say I've had that personal citations of this fact. When I mean, my friends who went for visas, and they came back and said, "Hey, Cody, the price has tripled. Hey, Michael, the price has tripled." And then it seems everywhere you go now, you see the simple effect. Like his boys are everywhere. Remember, before the election, I heard rumors that, hey, we're gonna have more area boys in Abuja in the FCT, because when he comes with his own structure, his own people, his own thing. And we started hearing that somebody in Lagos who's a popular figure in terms of the area boys talks is going to occupy Abuja office. And then we see that if you go to major offices to apply for some things that averagely you have fundamental right to, they will tell you, do you know this person? Do you know this person? You're going to meet this person. And then that connects to his speech. He's not being antagonistic. When someone comes out as an opposition and is saying something, people will say it because he's from PDP or he still wants to criticize this government, but there's still an iota of truth in that. Because practically, when you go to assess some things that you as a Nigerian should assess, if you go out of this country, everybody has equal rights.
But here, the rights are not equal. Some are more superior to the others.
You must be connected to.
All right, hold your thought. Our time is running out. Our time is running out. Okay. Well, that is that. Or do you have any?
Yes,
just
one word. Nigeria can only get better if we can comb nepotism. That's all.
If we can comb nepotism.
I
think,
comb nepotism.
Well,
you shave it off. You don't comb it.
If you comb it off, you take it off.
Combing, meaning just making things straight, making things straight.
And shave it off.
Oh, shave it off. You don't need it at all. All right, I think
Michael, why are you so high this morning?
Are you ready for me?
No, the thing is, I knew this Tinubu thing was going to arouse some kind of, because I know what we're saying now is the same thing our viewers are also thinking. I know someone hearing government, democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Then this one is saying government of Tinubu, for Tinubu, by Tinubu, and of course family mortgaging and all of that. This is so catchy. Well, I think this statement is subject to research. Michael was talking about what's happening at the visa office and other places based on what he has heard. All right, and we are hearing so many things that we can't even say live on air. So you can also carry out your research and drop comments for us at the comment section. Let's know what is happening. Is Atiku really making sense, or he's just been antagonistic as an opposition party member? This is going to be the size of the big story on our number this morning. You know what you're going to do as a true Nigerian? Go out, research this statement, and if you feel it's true, make us know that it is true. All happening at the comment section. Oweleke TV. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and have a beautiful day ahead of you. Bye-bye for now.